Hey everyone, my name is Charles Von Hagel, and if you're listening to this, you're probably wondering who I am and what exactly I'm trying to accomplish here. Well, for starters, most of you who listen to this probably have no idea who I am, and that's okay because I'm just a guy, just a sinner, just like anybody else. But something interesting happened to me, began to happen to me a couple years ago, was when I began to have this conversion experience, which took me to a place that I was unfamiliar with, and the end result was somewhere where I never imagined myself being in a million years. So I just wanted to take just a moment to explain what it is that I hope to accomplish. Well, a number of years ago, back in October 2012, was the first time that I can ever remember truly, and I mean truly, opening myself up to the Lord and giving my heart over to Him. That was the first time that occurred, October of 2012, sitting in my bedroom when I was living at home. And that changed my life forever. But the most drastic change came a few years later, and that is when my wife and I were living in Morgantown. We were attending the university there, and I began to question a lot of things. What is truth? Okay, I believe the Bible was true, and I believe that Jesus was my Lord. So the problem was I was not okay with just simply accepting that. Because I looked around and I saw all these churches. Well, I had a problem with that because I knew that somebody, or some church had to be right. There could not be this massive amount of churches and everybody being right and it being okay no matter what you believe. I wasn't okay with that. At the time, I was in the Assemblies of God, which is a Pentecostal denomination. I was very much into Pentecostalism and the charismatic movement. But I wanted to know more. I wanted to see what was really truth. What I was being told. Was it true, or was it somebody's opinion of truth? So that's what led me down a path that truly changed my life forever, which made me come to the end result. So a couple of years ago, I began to question. I had begun to study. And then I found something that is so precious to me today, and that wound up becoming the end result was me becoming confirmed in the Catholic Church with my wife. And never in a million years did I ever think that I would become a Catholic. So if any of you follow me on Facebook or you follow my YouTube channel, which just started, so many of you probably have not seen it yet, it's Catholic on Fire. That's the YouTube channel as well as the Facebook page. And I briefly explained in my first video what it is I wanted to accomplish, and that's just quite simple. That's to share my Catholic faith and to reach out to others, because I believe that's what the Lord is calling me to do. Now, on these audio files, I plan on going in a little bit more depth on the things that I talk about in the videos, because I don't want to make the videos too long, and the audio file kind of makes it easier for me to be able to freely express that as I have everything here in front of me. So this first audio is just simply just telling you that I have found something that is so amazing, and it would be incredibly selfish of me not to share that with you. So maybe you're already Catholic and you just need encouragement. Maybe you absolutely despise Catholics, where I was, a staunch anti-Catholic man, and you just want to learn more about the church. Maybe you're curious. Maybe you have no intention of becoming Catholic, but you want to learn more about who they are and what they actually believe. Because trust me, from the outside looking in, Catholics probably to you do not appear biblical, because you've been taught something different your whole life. Maybe you're on the fence. Maybe you're thinking about becoming Catholic, but you're afraid to make that jump. Maybe you have a lot of family members who don't like Catholics, and you're afraid of what they'll think if you become Catholic. Maybe you just need to learn more, because you can't quite make that jump until you find that final point that drives it home. Well, that's what I hope to do. I just hope to be encouragement to people out there. You know, I am not a professional radio speaker. I can promise you that. You're not going to hear me use the big fancy words. You're not going to hear me say everything exactly correctly. You're going to hear mistakes. You're going to hear problems because, well, to be honest with you, I'm just a guy who is recording audio files and videos in his basement because that's where it's comfortable for me to do it at. I am not sitting in some major studio somewhere in some major city getting paid a bunch of money. I'm just a guy who wants to share his faith. So I encourage you that if you're listening to this and you really want to know maybe some of the key points of what Catholics believe, And what drew me into the faith? What could convince such a staunch anti-Catholic man to come into the faith? That has to pique somebody's curiosity out there. And like I said, maybe you're just Catholic and want to learn more. People say converts seem to be more enthusiastic than the cradle Catholics because they had to live a life without Catholicism first. And then coming into the church, they learned so much. And there's nothing wrong with that. Cradle Catholics, or whether you're a convert or cradle Catholic, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that you are in the church and that we are called to be in the church and that we are called to be in full communion with Christ, which is his church that he established. So if you're looking for someone to explain to you the history of the church and the minute details of why we hold these doctrines and why our doctrines are correct and why other churches are not and where they're at in Scripture, so where we can prove it to you that our doctrines are correct, then you're going to want to follow me and you're going to want to listen to me. There are a million other people to listen to out there who can probably do it much better than I can. But I'd like to think this is where I'm being called to. So if you're out there and you want to listen to me, I highly encourage you to do so, whether you are an anti-Catholic, on the fence, or currently a Catholic. Then everything that I say and everything that I do can be for you as well, because everybody has a place to listen. So maybe you just want to learn more. So I encourage you to follow me as we go through on this journey to see where I'm supposed to wind up. Please, if you are listening, follow me on either my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, or if both would be preferable. It's Catholic on Fire. And I really just hope to share the word. So thank you guys for listening. If you're listening in, no matter where you are, please share it with your friends, your family, anybody who you think might want to listen. Thank you very much, and God bless.